Today, May 1, 2021 is a historic, a wonderful, blessed, awesome day. Just awesome. Great things are going to happen today. But the journey starts here from St. Thomas, where I spent the weekend, well, a part of the weekend, hoping, dreaming, and waiting for the moment when I can head back into Kingston, where I will collect my books. My first published book, Paralyzed by Perfection, Made by Mistakes, written by me. Like really, look, you're seeing all of this for yourself right now, don't it? The truck, everybody pushing me into a corner, you know? Either way, I'm in too much of a good mood to be disturbed by my surroundings or those surrounding me and their actions. Too much of it. But the camera is turned face out because for me, my story is a story of growth, of change, you know. And as I'm heading from St. Thomas, you can see that work is being done on the roads to make it better. You can see that it is under construction. The dust, the holes, the marl, and the police vehicle or whatever it is driving behind me, all of these things. Ignore the police vehicle and the horn and the blaring siren if you hear it. But for me, this journey into Kingston represents a part of my story, you know. This is where I'm from, St. Thomas, and I have grown, not outgrown St. Thomas, but I have grown from one stage to the next, and at this moment St. Thomas is also growing from one stage to the next. Even so, it will not be perfect. Nothing will be perfect until God comes back for his world and we are with him without weeping and mourning. Go around the police, me not block you. What you want me to do? Ignore all of that. Yes. Anyhow, none of us will be perfect until God returns for us and we're with him, you know. That's when perfection comes. And as much as St. Thomas is not going to be perfect either, the roads aren't currently perfect, and even though they're going to be fixing certain sections of the road and building a new section of the road and all of those things, there's still going to be growth despite the lack of perfection. You understand? And that is what I am, growing despite my imperfections, and knowing the fact that, understanding now more than ever that I am not perfect and it is okay. You see more work going up there? That's me. There's constantly work going on in me, in my life, in my circumstances, to ensure that even though I am not perfect, I am still growing. And that's what my book is about. Growing in the cracks of life. Being faithful despite the unfaithfulness of others and life sometimes. You know, sometimes life feels like it is betraying you. Like I'm paused right now. Sometimes life feels like it is on pause and it's not going in the direction that you want it to go in. But despite this, every day of life, every day I have of life, it means something is different from the previous day. It means change is ongoing. It means growth is taking place. And that is why I call Paralyzed by Perfection my growth journey. You know, it's not just about me, but I know there are others. I speak about others in the book who are going through similar things, you know, like wanting everything to be done at the right time and thinking that the right time is not yet and waiting on that right time. And you know, you told everybody as you grow, you heal up those people who either stop you or cause you to stop along the journey. Those who are helping the growth process along. You see that man working on the road, changing the road and all. You will have people who will pop up in your life who help with the growth process. And that is what Paralyzed by Perfection is all about. My journey despite the imperfect circumstances, me admitting, coming, holy mother of God, you know, along that perfectionism road, you drop in potholes, which reminds you that it's not going to be perfect. That's the growth process from one stage to the other. That is where life is, not in the perfection of the circumstances or of life itself, because as I said, we will not attain perfection here. Not the kind of perfection that I've been working towards and missing out on despite all my very best efforts, which can make you so miserable, so anxious, so worried, so scared. And I don't want that to be the life. Oh Jesus, ouch. I don't want that to be the life I'm about. That's not what life ought to be about. You know, aiming to be perfect can make every other imperfect part of your journey seem like a mistake. And we have to accept on the road to admitting that life isn't perfect and that we are not perfect, that mistakes are lessons or teachers from whom we can learn important lessons. That's how I want to look at life at this stage of my life, approaching 30. Perfect time for the book. You say perfect time. There isn't a more appropriate time for that book at this point. And so I hope that you will take this journey with me. Read that book, especially us as young professional women aiming for a certain standard, aiming for a kind of level of performance that sometimes we seem to believe is unattainable, or people around us tell us we are never getting to. You know, being hard on ourselves because we're making mistakes and because we didn't get the thing right the first, second or third time around, and we're wondering, are we ever going to get it right? Will anything ever be okay? Will anything ever be what we want it to be? And in that process, we miss out on so many opportunities to just enjoy everything around us, the fresh breeze, the trees. Life itself is happening while we're on pause, waiting for the perfect time, the perfect set of circumstances, the perfect performance, the perfect assessment, the perfect anything and everything. And when it never happens, that's when life feels like we're stuck. But as you read the book, you will realize that there is so much growing to do in the cracks of life. And there is so much growth that can take place despite things around and inside and outside of us being imperfect. So as I journey into Kingston, where the roads are so much better and where my car Shadow will appreciate a little break from the bumps and the grinds of this particular part of his life's journey, I hope that you too will take the journey with me through Paralyzed by Perfection. perfection. Enjoy that growth journey, and I know it will assist you along your growth journey. Excuse me? So the journey continues home to unbox my books. Books which I just collected, by the way. Oh my god. I actually have my books in my car. Like, I have them in my possession right now. Oh my god. My god, my god, my god.